unless that's incorrect.
That should be morale.
Ah,
Hold on.
all right.
So we're down to about 1,300 crew members or so.
That would be probably before you translated. You were down to probably about 1,300 crew members, as it wasn't entirely fully stocked. Now, with a little bit
13,000.
13,000, yes. Now you're probably down another 500, 600 crew members or so.
So
Or-
what's our actual crew?
That puts us about, I'm at 12,400 to 12,500.
Yep, 12,400 sounds correct. Percentage-wise, what would that be? 86%? 85%?
Yeah, that's about 86% of...
Because we would have had 100% crew. That was actually supposed to be in morale.
Well, that's fine. The ship hasn't been used for a long time, though, so
Yeah,
I
that's
was just
fair.
saying it's probably at 90% crew.
Men is an ubiquitous quality common item.
Right, you can get more.
Super easy.
So
How many orcs are on the ship?
How many orcs are on the ship?
How many orcs are on the ship?
Well, let's see. The only way you'd really be able to tell is by either asking Delta to scan for them or trying to communicate with Rakad, who is not on the ship.
Good meme.
Yeah, he's not on the bridge right now because he's off talking to orcs. Toughness check, just random toughness check. You could try to send out a Vox message to Rakad, or you could just hope you know. You're kind of blind up here without Delta.
I know. So I want to find out where Delta is.
I'm gonna make
And I
my way
wanted
to
to-
the bridge.
Okay, make me a leadership test, John. Or sorry, a command test. Alright, so you command one of your other tech people on the bridge. He's not quite the same level of tech priest that Delta is, but he's still a techie kind of guy. And he reaches out with the ship's systems and finds Delta and informs you that he is just walking down one of the many corridors of the ship. And he asks if you'd like to transmit a message to him, ask him where he is, things like that.
I ask him what he's doing.
All right, so, and when I say he, I mean obviously the crew member asks if you'd like to send a message to Delta.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
I want to know what
so-
he's doing.
Perfect. Delta, you hear a Vox emitter right nearby you pop up with Delta. Captain John asks, "What are you doing?"
Researching the ship's capabilities.
The crew member relays this.
Okay. Very good, then carry on.
All right. The
Let's
crew
see it.
member asks
I
if
do
you would like-
transmit back. I do transmit back my personal Vox speed frequency for delivery to the captain.
Oh, so the crew member didn't hear it. Well, he
Okay.
probably would have actually physically heard it. Just not. You weren't talking to it. You were talking to the Vox bead. He would have also picked it up though. Okay, cool.
Where's McBooth?
He's floating around with me. Well, actually, he's probably with Volar's character at the moment, answering questions.
I require
so-
him so he can pass butter. I'm hungry.
So you know Delta with McBooth having been around Shas as you guys entered the warp, that the strain of entering and then exiting the warp so quickly has actually put the Tau into a semi-catatonic state for a little bit. They have been mostly revived and brought into a room, one of your luxury quarters, to just sort of lay down and rest for a while, but they are quite sick and have been getting a few of your nicer sheets utterly devastated with their vomiting, their strange fish goat vomiting.
You.
Oh dear.
You. Well, here's your chance, Blood. You
Clean
can
up
kill all the
services
Tau.
on aisle 7.
Am I getting permission?
You're not getting permission. I'm just saying you could technically go and kill them if you wanted to. It wouldn't put up
I'm
much of a
making my
fight.
way. I'm actually making my way to the bridge right now.
Okay.
All right, so you return to the bridge. Along the way, you pass by a bulkhead that you hear like strange guttural screams coming from behind it, random thuds and slams. It pops open quickly, and you see a large green muscled creature get thrown out of there, and his neck snaps as he hits the wall. You see Rakad right behind there, having just thrown him and laughing.
I wave.
I don't
Rakad
think
waves
orcs-
back, of course. What did that just kill? An orc?
Yeah, you just killed one of your orcs. It was kind of an accident, sorta.
They were fighting, friendly like, and you snapped his neck and threw him through a door.
He questioned who might be the biggest and the strongest.
He
Not the
even asked the
biggest.
questions like,
Like-
"Who's the biggest and strongest, Papa
He-
Rakad?"
He knew you were the biggest, but he was like, "Wait, are you really the strongest?" And then you threw him out because he knew you were the biggest, but you got to be both the biggest and the strongest.
I like mine better.
Yes,
who the
yours is good. Who the
Papa
biggest, Papa?
Rakad? Who the biggest and strongest? Your grot.
Kruger, go ahead and make a some sort of perception check.
Okay.
He-
Perception. Any minuses or
Awareness. Awareness would be
Okay,
fine.
yeah,
With a
awareness.
plus 20. Plus 20.
Plus 20.
All right. You don't quite get a count on how many orcs are in there, but you're sure that it's over a dozen.
Okay.
He can
So,
count. Kruger can count.
He can kind
We
of,
hope.
sorta.
I'm gonna need an intelligence check.
Logic check, minus 40. All right, so you continue along the corridors and eventually get back to the bridge. There is Lord Captain John, sort of just chilling there on the bridge as full speed thrusters are bringing you away from the planet and away from its gravity well.
I just kind of give
We-
him a nod. And I'm
Can we
like,
can we get a keep track of the orc and Tau ships as they're falling to the planet? I'm gonna want somebody to do that. I want to know where they are at all times.
Let's
Since
get a
we're-
command test.
Another one, huh?
Yeah,
Should know
Alright,
by now that I'm
perfect.
commanding it like a boss. So
that's true. You're doing a very good job. All right, so you guys are able to track the ships as they go through their descent.
can I
You do-
dictate where they're going to hit the planet?
Can you dictate where the ships are going to hit the planet?
Well, I mean trajectory. You should be able to tell where they're going to hit the planet.
Oh, can you understand where they're going to? Yes, although one very interesting part is the orc ship just sort of spins randomly as it goes down toward the planet. The
Of
Tau
course it
ship,
does.
however, you see, right, because that's what it does. The Tau ship, however, the engines kick on for a quick second in the back and rip it away from the orc ship and are able to stabilize its descent. Not perfectly, it does still eventually, after time, crash into the planet, but not quite the same as the orc ship does, which your auger array, as it continues to watch the orc ship, realize that once it hits the planet, it basically hit a mountain, the tip of a mountain, and shattered into a couple hundred fragments of orc-like objects, which were just scattered across the planet.
And the Tau ship actually is going to crash a little more intact, right?
Correct. The Tau ship crashes mostly intact.
So they're still not crashed yet. They're on their way down.
Right. Yeah, the trajectory shows that's where they will go.
How
when they
close are we
crash.
to them?
Oh, quite far away at this point. You are well outside of the gravity well of the planet at this point.
Oh, so we've made it out. That's good.
Yep, you have now made it out. You can do as you wish, including re-enter the warp. You
I want
also,
to pull the ship into position to properly teleport. Actually, we don't know anything about the teleportarium yet, do we?
correct.
I'm the
Okay.
only one.
All right. Well, we're going to put the ship in position roughly above in orbit where the Tau ship is going to impact.
we
think
do
there's
have
gonna be
probably a
anybody.
lander we could use.
I mean, I don't think there's anybody going to be getting up here, and if they do, we can get away from them. So that's what I'm going to
True.
want to do.
You're giving up on Lucen's breath? I thought that was the plan.
I'm not giving up on Lucen's breath yet. I just figure there's something we can salvage. It's a Tau ship with Tau technology. Why wouldn't you want to check it out?
Well, potentially they would have people on board that would be able to attack you if any of them lived. But that's true. That's true.
We have both.
But I mean, it shouldn't take very long for it to impact. I mean,
Yeah, that's
if
true.
they're already in the gravity well, they should, as we're speaking, they should be getting ready to hit planets.
Correct. Okay, so you'd like to turn back around, get to the planet, get into geosynchronous orbit over where the Tau ship will crash, and
Absolutely.
prepare. Do you want to prepare your teleportarium if you want to try that, or do you want to try a
Well,
lander?
do I know that there's a teleportarium? I mean, he just found this out by only Delta knows this tech, right?
That's true, and he hasn't said that. He's just said checking the ship's capabilities. That's true.
Well, since I have the box, I'm going to ask him. Delta, is the ship capable of landing safely on the planet and then retrieving things and getting back onto the ship?
Do we have landing bays and shuttles?
Oh yes.
Affirmative.
Maybe.
We have landing bays and shuttles and servitors capable of salvage operations.
Can we get a? Would
It's
this
not a
be
deceive check. I'm telling the truth.
I realize that, but can I do an inquiry check
Yes, you may.
against his? I assume it would be just what would it be like? What would that be? Is that
I mean, that would be a deceive on his part.
if he wanted to hide things from me, I guess. But I want to ask him: is there anything else you're not telling me
How
about
about
this?
this?
ship?
Actually, before you ask that, make me an evaluate check with a +10. Just to see if you really have any reason to believe that he's not entirely truthful with you.
An evaluate check? Oh, here we
Yeah,
go.
it looks like you have it at a 32, so 42.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
All right, so he seems to be truthful.
Okay, that's
You can
fair.
still ask him if you want to, but it would be weird.
So, has the Tal ship landed?
Yes,
Hit?
the township has crashed at this point.
look
I
over
lean
to-
over.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bud. What are you guys? You go ahead and get...
I look at John and I'm like, we're going back down there.
It's like, indeed we are. Ready your team.
Roger that. Stocking up on all the ammo we have. I box my team and I'm like, guys, put as much ammo as you can into one of the really big shuttles because we're taking the orcs with us.
Take the horse with us. So I kind of motion Kruger over and I say, if any of the Tau give you any issues down there, feel free to neutralize them by any means.
Aye, sir. And
Keep it quiet.
I walk by the bulkhead where I found Ricard and I poke my head in and I'm like, hey guys, we're gonna do some cromping. Or
Crumpin'? Crumpin'? No, just keep crumpin'. That's hilarious. You mean crumpin'?
You guys up
What's
for...
that, you grunt? What'd you say?
You
Did you mean crumpin'?
Yeah, we're gonna go back down to the planet that you guys were above, that your ship crash landed on it, and there's some Tau guys down there that safely landed, and we're gonna steal their shit. You in?
Safely.
Yeah, safely.
Boys in? Why's you even asking? I
You
pick
wanna-
up my shooter, I just kind of pointed it and ran him up in the air somewhere, and I just shoot it full auto. We's gonna war, boys!
All right, so this deafening roar comes out across the ship as just firing inside a freaking spaceship.
I immediately hear this, right? I hear this coming through the ship.
Yes,
I
you
do not hear it at all.
He doesn't
Do I
hear
need to roll a perception check for this? Hold on.
No, because somebody on your bridge crew has actually notified you that shots are fired in one of the areas of the ship, and
And
you
I'm
know.
like, okay.
I asked. I want some servitors to head to that location to start repairs.
And then I tell
Okay.
Ricard, get as many boys as you want, fill them up in the starship that my boys are, the lander that my boys are filling up with ammo, and we'll go fucking kill us some Tau. Well, yeah, and steal shit.
I didn't say kill them. I said you're free to if they attack you. You're clear to neutralize any hostile targets, is what I'm saying. Does this mean you get? Oh God, I guess it does. I mean, I'm not gonna be down there. It's freaking. It's